Hi, and welcome to How To with Kayla. Today we are going to be making cream cheese. Yes, it's very easy. You can do it at your home. And after you learn how to do, you're going to be asking yourself, why I didn't try that before? So you just have to be very careful with the ingredients that you use and the kind of milk that you're going to use. It needs to be whole milk. It cannot be fat-free, skim, 2%. It's not going to work. Has to be whole milk. Also, it has to be pasteurized milk, not ultra pasteurized. Believe me, I try. You don't want to keep trying, try. This one, it's going to work. So use pasteurized whole milk. For the cream cheese, you need 1 quart of whole milk and 1 quart of cream. Now, the easiest way probably is going to be for you to find half and half, pasteurized half and half. So you just get half a gallon, and that's going to work very good for you. Now, don't worry about taking notes about the ingredients, because under the video on the comment section, I'm going to put all the ingredients for you, how much do you have to use, where to buy. So just, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video now. First, you need a thermometer. The milk and the cream has to be warmed to 84 degrees. So that's a very important point. The milk has to be in the right temperature. So get a very good thermometer, and when the milk, you warm up the milk, the cream, the half and half, 84 degrees, you're ready to go. Now, what you need is some culture, and the culture is bacteria. Very simply, bacteria that's going to work on the milk and change the milk into cream cheese. So you need about 1/8 of a teaspoon. See, not much, just a little bit. And you're going to sprinkle over the half and half. All right? And then you're going to mix into the milk. Make sure you mix it very well. All right. Another ingredient that you're going to use, it's called calcium chloride. And the reason you're using this is because we are using milk that you bought at the store. So this is going to enhance the flavor of the milk. Now, if you're a very lucky person and you have a little cow or a little goat in your backyard, you don't need that. Or if you somehow have some raw milk that you can use, you don't need to use the calcium chloride. Now, for the rest of us, yes, 1/4 of a teaspoon, and you are going to just mix into 2 tablespoons of water. Just that, very simple, and you're going to mix again. Just add to the half and half. And then you need an enzyme. This is the calcium chloride that I just mix into some 2 tablespoons of water. You need also an enzyme that's going to help with the coagulation of the milk. And this is called the Rene. It's a vegetable enzyme. It's a liquid. And you just need 1 drop. And you're going to mix 1 drop into 2 tablespoons of water. And you're going to just add to the mixture again. If you saw my other video about how to make feta cheese, you're going to notice a big difference in the quantity of the Rene that I use. For the feta cheese, I use 30 drops. For this one, I'm just using 1. And the reason is because I want the consistency of the cream cheese to be very creamy and soft. And for the feta cheese, you need harder. So that's the difference. Now, what you're going to do for the next 15 to 20 hours, you're just going to forget about this. You're just going to cover the pot, put into room temperature. Just leave it room temperature at your kitchen. And all these ingredients, everything that we add to the milk, they are going to start doing their magic here. And then after 15 to 20 hours, depending on the temperature of your kitchen, you're going to see what happen, okay? So I'll see you tomorrow. After about 18 hours, that's what you're going to find. A very thick, like yogurt. See, I'm moving the pan, and you can see how thick it is. All right, so what you're going to do now, very gentle, be gentle. You're going to move this yogurt-like thing here into a cheesecloth. Let me tell you something about a cheesecloth before I continue. Go to a fabric store and buy the cheesecloth by the yard. It's so much cheaper than if you buy at the grocery store. So just go, I go to Joann's Fabrics, and they always have, and I buy like 10, 15 yards at a time, and then I cut it up, and I have it for like a month. So that's a good tip for you. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to move the cheese into the cheesecloth, and I have a colander here, and another pot. And the reason why is because I'm saving the whey. Because I'm going to make bread and I want to use the whey. So if you are not going to use, if you're not going to save the whey, you can just drain the cheese straight into your sink. That will work too. So after I move all the cheese here, I'm going to leave for about 2 hours. And then after 2 hours, we are going to start the dripping process. And I'll show you that in about 2 hours. It's been about 2.5 hours. So it's time now for us to start the dripping process. But before, I want to talk to you about how to salt your cream cheese. You have 2 options. You can do from the beginning before you put any of the ingredients. You start with half a teaspoon of salt. Yes, it's just a little because, you know, it's much easier to add some more salt than to over-salt it. So what you can do, if you know that you're going to make cream cheese with herbs or veggies, you can start with half a teaspoon of salt. And then when you are about to add the other ingredients, you taste it first. If it needs more salt, you add a little bit. Another way of doing is waiting and just adding the salt when you are ready to add the other ingredients, the veggies, the tomatoes, the herbs, whatever you're going to do. Now, if you decided that you're going to do cream cheese with strawberries and blueberries, so don't add any salt. And in the end, when you are about to add the fruit, you add a little bit of honey. Don't add sugar either. Sugar doesn't do well with the cheese. Add some honey and it will be delicious, all right? So how can you tell that it's ready to start the dripping thing? First, I'm going to move the cheesecloth a little bit to the side. And you will be able to tell that right by the edge, there is a little crust forming. Can you see that here too? So it's ready. So that's how you do it. Move this out. I'm going to save the whey. See, I have been collecting the whey because I'm going to make bread and polenta. And I love using the whey for that. It gives the bread a cheesy aroma. It's really good. Now, you are going to get the cheesecloth together. All the ends, everything. Like that. And you are going to tie it up. Make sure you tied pretty good, okay? Another knot. And what I'm going to do, make another knot here in the top, and I'm gonna hang on the holder of my kitchen cabinet. And as you can see, I need to put a bowl right under, because all the way is gonna be dripping for about 6 to 8 hours. So don't do anything until you see that it's almost, there is no more drops coming out of it, or maybe just one here, one there, and then you will be ready to flavor and everything. So in about 8 hours, I'm gonna be back here and show you how to finish your cream cheese.